I don't feel like anybody should have to go to prison for any length of time that wants to help save my daughter's lives or anybody's. And that's why we're ready to fight.
Like thousands of Americans, Doreen Flynn's 3 daughters have a deadly blood disease and need a bone marrow transplant from a stranger, but there is a serious shortage of donors.
Under federal law, it's a serious felony to do the one simple thing that would make a real difference to the shortage of donors, and that's to compensate them. That's why the Institute for Justice has joined Doreen and others to bring a constitutional suit against the U.S. Attorney General. And we're going to strike down this law. It's a law that costs lives every single day.
I have 3 daughters that have Fanconi anemia, and it's a pretty terrible disease, and right now it's pretty much wrecking their blood.
Tens of thousands have died because they couldn't find a donor, and at least 1,000 more die every year. MoreMarrowDonors.org wants to change that.
We want to make more donations happen by sponsoring modest scholarships and financial incentives that encourage people to donate.
Under the National Organ Transplant Act, giving a scholarship to a college student for donating bone marrow is a serious crime. Everybody involved can get up to 5 years in prison.
For Jordan, there is a continual search right now because we could be that close to transplant.
Congress passed the National Organ Transplant Act in 1984 to ban kidney markets. Congress thought that kidney surgery was invasive and didn't like that donated kidneys don't grow back. Whatever you think of those concerns, they just don't apply to bone marrow. Donated bone marrow grows back just like blood, and donating bone marrow is safe.
The collection of marrow cells is considered to be very safe. We've been doing this for tens of thousands of donors, so this is not a novel procedure.
The bone marrow provision of the National Organ Transplant Act violates equal protection, and that's this basic constitutional idea that the government has to treat similar things the same and different things differently. The constitutional problem here is that the law is treating renewable bone marrow like non-renewable solid organs, such as kidneys. That's an arbitrary distinction, and the government can't make arbitrary distinctions when our rights are at stake.
A victory here by the Institute for Justice will help countless families like Doreen's and affirm important principles of liberty.
The bottom line is that throwing people in prison for trying to save lives isn't just wrong, it's unconstitutional.